and welcome to another Polybits review. Today we're going to talk about some GPU brackets or holders or whatnot. So this is one of them here. And then the other one I have is actually in my computer. But let me see if I can get my other camera on to show you guys. There we go. Look at that bad boy. Probably can't hear me. Yeah, check that out. It's my over-the-top RGB computer. Just one sec. All right, let's get that out of the way. Perfect. Okay. So those are the two things we're talking about today. So these are both from the same company. Let me show you the first one here. So this is the one I have in my hand. That's this guy here. So this is the ARGB GPU support bracket, Universal 16.8M RGB, Modes Graphic GPU. Huge title here. So I have two computers. I got this one I just showed you. That is the super RGB computer all over the place. But that has my NVIDIA 5080 in it. And it's actually incredible. So that's the computer I'm talking to you through right now. I use this one for all my gaming, simulations, and everything like that. I got flight controls on here on my desk. I got rudder pedals underneath. I got driving sim. I don't know if you can see behind me somewhere. On my desk there, I got my Moza wheel and everything like that. So it's a lot of fun, this computer. Anyways, I have my other computer that's up top, which is what this one is going in. And these are both from the same company. This is made by, what does it say here? I think it's GSCOLER or something like that. GSCOLER, yeah. GSCOLER. But yeah, overall, these are built really well. They're metal and not much that I can really say about them that I don't like. They use 3 bolts, so they're quite sturdy. It goes right underneath your GPU. And you take the 3 that are out, you put them back in, screw it in, and away you go. Now, what I will say is that the holes that are on here, I'm assuming it's due to the powder coating of the material, the paint, whatever they used. The holes are a bit small, so before you try and install it, I suggest you thread in the screws through the holes first and just kind of clean them up a bit just to give some extra space. Once you do that, it'll be a lot easier to install. They come with this adjustable portion on here, which this is probably way too tight, but you can see it comes up and down, and it's kind of hard to see. There, you can see it behind my hand here. That goes up and down. There we go. And that allows you just to adjust the height below the card. For these newer 5080s, they're pretty beefy, so mine's on the lowest setting on there, and it holds it up just fine. Now, the one thing I will say is because the newer cards are a bit wider, like they stick out from the motherboard a bit more, you have to put that brace. I'm glad that it adjusts where it goes because I had to put it between 2 fans. There's kind of like a triangle that goes between the fans, and it sits on the triangle to prop it up. It is a hard area, so it's not like it's bending anything underneath, but it gives it the support it needs because these new cards are long, they're beefy, and they're heavy, and you don't want to really have that much strain on your PCI Express port. And there you go. So this is the first one I got. It was just a straight RGB. It looks really cool in the computer. And then you have the other one that I just shown you guys, and that's this guy here. So it's got an added screen, and it gives you temperature readouts of both the GPU as well as your CPU. And it allows you to actually go through and pick in the software which sensor on the CPU you want to pull from. And my actual cooler that sits on top of my Ryzen 9800 X3D, it measures the water temperature, which is different than the actual temperature of the CPU. So the CPU temperature right now that I am reading is 39 degrees Celsius, and the water temperature is 30. So there's a 9 degrees temperature difference between the two, and this allows you to have some other insight into what's really going on. And it's just another metric, I guess you could see, for if, maybe the temperature sensor on your water cooler failed or something like that, then you could see the difference between the two. Or maybe it's not doing a good job, and it's saying it's 30 degrees, but you don't have good adhesion to the CPU itself. Maybe your paste that you have there didn't do a good job. Anyways, So there you go. And it gives you your GPU readout as well, which mine is currently running at 48 degrees Celsius. Holy smokes, that's not so bad. Yeah, so that's what we got. And so this is the one that's in this computer. I like that it's got the screen. I use this one the most. The other one I use for like video editing and stuff like that, which is what I will do to this video before I post it. And this is what you get. It was $29.99, which honestly is pretty darn good for what you're getting. I've seen some other accessories, like coolers and stuff like that, that are just ridiculously expensive, and they don't need to be. You can have a lot of fun, build a really cool computer with products that aren't ridiculously expensive. So this is it. This is what you got. This goes through and shows you kind of what I was just showing you. You got your level, all these things like that. Easy to install. My graphics card doesn't have cool RGB like that, but this does. And yeah, so it comes with, what's it say on here? Actually, I haven't read this. I just bought it and installed it. 16.8 million, that's RGB, yeah. So yeah, you have a USB that goes to your motherboard USB. I didn't have any left because I have so many things plugged into this computer for RGB and whatnot, so I had to use an expander, which splits it into two and then connect in there, and then you have your regular RGB connector that just goes to your motherboard, and away you go. You can daisy chain it off something else if you want to, but it works very well. It looks great. Yeah, you have all these different modes: music, static state, wave, random, rainbow, colorful, wave 2.0, which I'm not sure what that is. I haven't tried it. I just stick with the standard wave that matches the rest of my computer. Maybe I'll change it one day. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Honestly, I don't really care. I think it looks cool. A lot of people don't like all that RGB, and they say it's vomit. If it's not for you, well, this isn't your computer, so there you go. Anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about. These are the two products I wanted to review today. Very well built, very sturdy, very much worth the money. If you're looking for one of these or something in this market, these will do the job for any of your cards. And yeah, super easy to install, work well, great price, great product. Go get it. And that's it for me for today. Out. See you guys later.